Nice hole.
Am I hallucinating? Ifre's bones, am I glad to see another traveler on this road. Personally, I can't wait to get out of here. Something really strange is going on here. You're going to think I'm crazy, but there's a cave not far from here. My apprentice and I camped there to get out of the weather, and when we woke up, a whole village had appeared out of nowhere, full of elves and homes and everything. Do what you want. One of them asked what year it is. I didn't wait to find out if it was a Daedric trick or if I was just crazy. None of them followed me outside, thankfully. Valenwood just keeps getting stranger and stranger. I might have to change my route entirely. Of course. And it's not one of the Fallen Esti sites, so it's not the Walking City if that's what you're thinking. Their voices sounded Bosmer, but it could be a trick to draw us in. Good luck in there.
Let's get back to Shrouded Vale before it's too late.
Lovely day, isn't it? Ate a bit too much at dinner, though. Haven't had any of Greenshade snails in a long, long time. Go on in. There's probably some left over. We always share what we have.
An outsider. Wait. Ah, you're not one of those wood orcs, thank you, Frey. Welcome to our humble home. You met someone outside, did you? Some people get so frightened they won't talk to us. Yes, there is a village in this cavern. If you would like to hear our story, I'd be happy to share it with you. Promise you won't run away. Our village has a pact with the Wilder King himself. The village goes away, then returns every 100 years or so. Most of the time our arrival causes no problem. This time, however, it's different. Wood orcs set up camp outside this cave's southern entrance. They've never been here before, and so we've kept quiet, hoping they'd go away. It's been a week and they are firmly established. My husband Aranor isn't as worried as I am, though. My husband Aranor can tell you more. Essentially, we travel to and from this place, thanks to the Wilder King. A caretaker protects things in the village's absence. In fact, we'll choose a new caretaker very shortly. Nearly everyone from the village attends the ritual to choose the next caretaker. No one knows who it'll be until the prior caretaker picks a name. It's held at the Fading Tree, through the central hall of this cave. You should see it! It's very exciting. It's a part of the oath. Ask my husband. He knows much more about it than I do. I prefer to scout and hunt, not tend plants. He'll be at the choosing ceremony. If you hurry, you can talk with him before it starts.
Ah, another visitor. You've arrived at an auspicious time for our village. I am Erenor of Shrouded Hollow. You've met Lon, Ariel. She speaks too freely sometimes, but I will tell you what I can. Our village, as you may be aware, is not here normally. A long time ago, our tree thanes and ancestors swore a sacred oath, to which we are still bound. It's not my place to reveal the nature of the oath. For that, you must speak to our current caretaker, Henadras. If you wait, you might also speak to the new caretaker, when one is chosen. Indeed, it's an honor to be selected. Once the preparations are complete, the old caretaker passes his duties to the new one.
Who are you? How do you know about the fading tree? I'm not without sight. I saw you talk to him. He's right in front of me. How do you know about us? Well, no point to that now, is there? You've entered our innermost sanctum and without challenge. It's clear to me the Wilder King blesses your presence. That means I am bound by our oath to speak with you, no matter how it galls me. We swore to protect the fading tree for the Wilder King, and to abide by his rules. In return, he protects our village. Every 100 years or so, the village returns to choose a new caretaker, to guard the fading tree on his behalf. The village goes where the Wilder King sends it, and allows it to return when the caretaker needs to be replaced. I'm a very old man now. The village returned as it always does. Ever since the last time the village was here, so a bit over 100 years. Fading Tree and I care for each other, and the Wilder King provides my sustenance. I don't understand why the Wilder King let you in, though. The Fading Tree chooses. It guides us towards the next caretaker. Not everyone has the courage, intelligence, and fortitude to undertake this position. Everyone from the village knows how hard it can be, and yet nearly everyone wants to do this. I suppose your curiosity excuses your ignorance. The Wilder King does not control this place. He allows us to take care of the Fading Tree in return for his protection. We don't question our oath. We fulfill it. Lonesome? Nah, it's nice to get away from everyone else. It's quiet, peaceful. And the Wilder King comes round now and then. Some might think of them as dreams, but I know he's been to see me. A caretaker's life is anything but dull. It shall begin shortly, if I can take a moment to prepare for it. We come together once more to choose the next caretaker. The Wilder King entrusted the Fading Tree to us, and this is part of our oath. My time as caretaker nears its end, and the Fading Tree will choose my successor.
What's happening?
The Fading Tree chooses Erenor. Erenor, you will be our next caretaker.
Me? The tree picked me. I'm honored. I'll do my best.
Come, Erenor. We have much to discuss.
Orcs! Orcs are attacking the village! Aerenor, Candidir, Oriadis! We're under attack! We're under attack! The orcs have attacked! We were caught by surprise, but those still inside are fighting back. You need to distract them. Kill their leader and burn their tents. We'll rescue the villagers. The orcs are camped off the cave's southern entrance. The Wilder King must have sent you to save us. He always protects us. Always. There isn't time to indulge in idle fantasies and what-ifs. Please, help the villagers below. I need a moment to gather what wits I have left.
Free at last. Free at last.
Ooh, what'd you get? What'd you get?
There you are. Praise the Wilder King, you're alive! I knew he would save us. We would have suffered much more if you hadn't been here to help. They killed quite a few of us, but we gave almost as good as we got. Have you seen Aranor? He didn't return from the fading tree when the others did. What? No. No, not now. Not when I need him more than ever. When we go, we leave a caretaker behind to watch over the fading tree. The caretaker and the tree are our link between this place and where the Wilder King sends us. I didn't expect Aranor to be chosen, and he can't stay. He can't. It's just... What I mean is, I can't bear to lose him. We won't be able to bear it. He's so excited and it's such a great honor, but he doesn't know what it will cost our family. I'm pregnant. I only found out recently. Aranor doesn't know. I'm not sure I want him to, but if he knew, he could leave with us. Please, please, convince him to return to the Wilder King's realm with us. I'm sure the Wilder King will understand. A family must remain together to raise a child. If Aranor stays behind, our child will be grown before he sees her. We'll be too old when the village returns next time to have another. It's our last chance. You don't know what this means to me. I'm afraid if I tell him, he might think I've made up a story to keep him with me. No, that's not it. I'm afraid he'll choose his duty over his wife.
Come forward, Aranor, caretaker to be.
I, Aranor, in accordance with the Oath of Protection, stand ready.
On behalf of the Wilder King, will you care for the fading tree?
I am honored to serve the Wilder King and our people.
The fading tree is yours to protect. May the years pass quickly.
This is incredible. I feel the life of the fading tree flow within me. Have you seen my wife? Where's Loniriel? Why hasn't she come to congratulate me? Has she? I love Loniriel, but we swore an oath to leave a caretaker to protect the fading tree. That is the price the whole village must pay so that we can live in the paradise the Wilder King creates for us. Do you think I haven't thought of this? But I would be failing my oath to the Wilder King and the entire village if I didn't stay behind. What? I didn't know. Why didn't she tell me? What kind of caretaker would I be if I didn't care for my own child? And yet, I have a responsibility to the entire village now. This problem comes at a terrible time. I must decide quickly. Not that. It's the tree. Now that I can feel its essence, I realise it's weaker than it used to be and needs special care. The village must return to the other realm immediately so the caretaker... so I can tend it without distraction. Only the old caretaker knew. The village is set to leave soon. If anything happens to the tree, its link between Tamriel and our village is severed. They can never return unless I stay behind. I've accepted the oath. It's my duty to be caretaker now. I must stay. But a child... Our village has had so few over the years. Surely it's a sign of something wonderful. Will I regret staying behind in case something happens to the tree? No, it's not. No matter which I choose, I'll always wonder what would have happened had I taken the other path. I know which way is easy and which is hard. What will you choose? I will do as you would since the Wilder King sent you to us. Indeed, the village can help raise my child, but I'm the Fading Tree's only caretaker now. I'll stay behind to tend the tree in accordance to my oath. The village must leave before it's too late. Go. Tell Laniriel that. Just go.
Aranor? Where is he? He's not coming, is he? Damn his stubbornness. And yet I love him for his sense of honor. I must go. The others are waiting. Aranor will remain, the caretaker of our only link with Tamriel. I'll make sure our child knows him and what he gave up to protect our way of life.
I'm gonna show off a little.
Nine times out of 10, the cynics are right.
This place gives me the creeps. I was just getting started. That felt good. Come on!
I was beginning to think you wouldn't make it. I've already begun Aranias' story. Yes, of course. I have been waiting for you for some time. The story needs you to play a part in the present and in the past. You certainly took your time about things. Not your fault, I understand, not your fault. We may yet get this right. Inside the story, you must also enter the story in order to help her. Aranias wants to see the Wilder King. I'm his gatekeeper. To see him, you ask me nicely, and then I tell you a story. A story that you take part in. Yes, the story is one from her own past, but she's convinced that she's living through these events for the first time. You'll play the part of the close friend she never had, someone she can trust who can change the person Aranias becomes. Ask nicely. Of course. Now, sit down by the fireplace. Imagine there's a nice warm fire burning there, and I'll set the scene. Have a seat by the fire and let me know when you're ready to hear the story. Remember, ask nicely. Imagine the flames are the waves of a vast ocean. Cold waves on a clear blue ocean off the coast of Somerset. Now picture an island. Trees around the island shimmer in the sunlight, each gently cresting ocean wave's sparkles. Many stones, roots, and flowers on the island were shaped by magicka. Only 2 living Ultima possess such power. One of those 2 Ultima stands outside the manor on this island, her island. Go to her, become her friend. The island of Silatar.
I'm so glad you could come. My parents will be back tonight, and I was afraid I'd have to face them alone again. That's why I asked you to come early. I'm not sure what will happen either. Before they get back, I want to be carefree. We can visit some of our favorite places together. They were afraid, like everyone else. After I raised up the land under the sea and smashed that ship, even though nobody got hurt, they said my magic was too dangerous. You're the only one who isn't afraid of me. You're not afraid, right? You don't know what this means to me. Now, what will we do first? I know, let's race to the lighthouse like we did when we were little. Bet you still can't catch me. Watch your step! Don't trip! Are my vines getting in your way? Not bad. You're pretty fast. Maybe. You know, I've always had a special connection to the land. Sometimes things happen and I don't even think about it. It just happens. I'm sorry, it just happened. Wait, something's wrong. Can you feel that? The land's in pain, burning hot. Look, the farm's burning! Over the rise. Wait. Too many footsteps and it's too early for my parents' return. Boots. Boots. There are invaders on Silatar. We have to stop them. big mistake. That'll show them. No one attacks my island. What have they done to my farm? Why would they do this? Animals! Does it matter? I'm tired of this. Everyone wants to hurt me or use me, and it stops now. Where were you when my parents tested me? Where were you when I needed you most? You left me. Why are you even here? Do you want something from me too? I'm sorry. After my parents left, I felt so alone. I couldn't find you. People kept coming. They'd attack, hound me, want me to show them what I can do, like I was a circus animal or some kind of pet. I shouldn't take it out on you. No, it's not your fault. Thanks to you, these bastards didn't get very far. They could have destroyed everything. It's getting late. We need to clean up before my parents return. Meet me at the manor later.
Come, I must speak with you once more. In her tale, Aranias was volatile, and she swung between anger, shame, and hope. Feared by her own parents because of her abilities, she faced the bandits alone. This made her bitter and hardened against others, vulnerable to outside influences. You will soon see it for yourself. But first, you should view another scene from Aranias' past. She was a bit younger and excited about her newly found skills. Are you ready? Of course not. For her, it hasn't happened yet. Remember, I put you into her past to help her when she's at her most vulnerable. She lashed out at you just now because she can't fight against her parents. She trusts you. That's what's important.
Why are your clothes all wet? Mother, what do you think of this tree? How about this island you're standing on?
The ground is soaked. I'll need new shoes now.
I made it.
What? You made the ground soggy?
The island. I made this little island.
What? What do you mean you made it?
These trees, those rocks, none of this was here yesterday. The ground is wet because I used my magic to pull it up from under the water.
Oh, Ara, what have you done?
Gifted with a rare and powerful ability, Aranias tried in vain to win her parents' affection. So much happened next, but I especially draw your attention to two particular events. One scene is atop the lighthouse, the other in the manor's great hall. They will help you understand more about our troubled Altmer, I hope. No, the greatest challenge comes next, and Aranias needs you. Her parents returned after the attack on the farm, and brought with them the people they considered their daughter's only hope, the Veiled Heritants. She should not face this alone. Getting changed at the manor. You should do the same after you watch those scenes. You'll find a change of clothes in the guest bedroom off the Great Hall. Then, go to Aranias in the garden.
I'm sorry.
You're lucky they're alive. How many more ships will you sink?
It was an accident.
Accidents are spilling water, dropping glass. You lifted a ship out of the ocean with a wall of rock.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Your mother and I will discuss your punishment. Go.
Your father and I leave for Somerset in the morning.
I won't do it again, I promise. I'll try harder. Don't leave me behind.
Don't grovel. It's unbecoming. We will return with help to control your temper.
How much more can I apologize? I said I'm sorry.
No, Ara. It's just, you need training. What you did to the ship, that scares people.
What sort of training, Father? You look good. How do you feel? You asked me this before, silly. I don't know, but when I think about changing things around me, my thoughts come true. Remember when that merchant ship sank? I'd lifted the ground out of the ocean. I just forgot to lower it again. There are so many people. And look, it's High Kin Lady Estrie. Why is she here? I bet my parents want me to show off my powers. I thought they were bringing me a teacher or something. Hesitant? I hate this, and they've got something particular they want to see. Would you do me a favor and find out? Mingle among them, eavesdrop. Find out what they've planned for me. I'm not sure yet. They'll probably want another statue raised from the ground. My parents treat that like a party trick, and this is a party after all. But the way they're talking, it sounds more dangerous, and I'm a bit worried, to be honest.
Her parents invited me to witness her powers firsthand. She lifted the ground up under my very feet. Her demonstration today will not be one of skill, but of character. How did someone like you get an invite to the party?
Poor girl. With a companion like you, It's no wonder she's confused. She's lucky we arrived before you could stuff her head with any more silly nonsense. There is a natural order to things. The Rock Witch of all people ought to understand.
Under demonstrates amazing potential. Why are we bothering with this girl and her clods of dirt? Under could melt them with hardly a thought.
What do they call her? The Rock Witch? Hilarious. Provincial.
I'll have a glass of wine. What? Then why are we talking?
Her parents did right to come to me. Only I can help the poor thing.
Onder has one of the little beggars in the field, away from the house. Aranias will demonstrate her talents on the other. Her demonstration will determine how we employ her talents. I don't believe we've met. I'd prefer to keep it that way.
So faint. They took my wife.
I'm afraid this one is about to die. I didn't realize how frail Bosmer were. Not this goblin-faced meat-eater, his wife. Wait a minute. You're not with the Heritants?
They took my wife. They will give her to the witch, the Rock Witch. The land will kill her. They said the land...
You killed Onder? That's not supposed to happen. Oh, don't worry. It was an entertaining twist, to be sure. But sadly, as real as it may seem, this is just a story. In real life, you were not there to kill Onder. He has had considerable time to grow in power, and his temper has not gotten any longer, if you understand me. It seems the Veiled Heritants have sent him after Aranias to ensure she kills the Wilder King, or dies if she fails. I met him. He wanted to get into this story, but he wouldn't ask nicely. But there's nothing we can do about that right now. We have a story to finish. Aranias' big moment is about to arrive. You should go to her. In the garden. She's been commanded to kill the wife of this Bosmer. You should hurry to her. She faced this alone last time.
This creature is no different from those who burned your farm.
What is to become of me?
Aranias, my child,
Please.
raise the ground up to trap this animal.
Please let us go.
Aranias, do you remember how helpless you were when your farm burned?
Good. Good. Now tear this animal apart.
This is my test. If I can take the life of this girl, it means that I am willing to make the necessary sacrifices. What about the Bosmer who attacked my island? What were they, Dominion ambassadors? A peace mission? If I refuse to kill this Bosmer, then what? I'll be alone again. The Rock Witch of Silatar, a monster for fairy tales. You're here with me now, but what about later? No, that's not it. I must trust myself. Believe I can do what's right. I don't need anyone, you or the Veiled Heritance, to guide me. I am stronger than this. I won't murder an innocent to prove I can, no matter who demands it. The Veiled Heritance won't control my destiny. I will. I can do this, and I shall. No, I won't do it!
You were a fine character, most enjoyable, and it looks like you made quite an impression on Aranias. As one story ends, another reaches its climax. Our little bit of mischief was a success. Because of you, Aranias may very well betray her masters to defend the Wilder King. Truly, I hope we never need change a story so extensively again. Though we spinners can do so, it's usually better to let a tale conclude on its own. Usually. Venturing into the story of Aranias' past has sown the seeds of her transformation, but they have yet to sprout. Even now, she and Ander blaze a trail of destruction toward the Wilder King's throne. Their intention is to destroy him. Preserving his life may be impossible at this point, but you must try. Without him, the Valenwood will rage out of control. The only hope lies with Aranias and with you. Go to Greenheart and follow the trail of fire to the Wilder King's throne. Zen's price. We don't deserve this. We've done nothing wrong. I'm beginning to think our clan's just cursed. Driven from our home, then we find a new place to settle, only to have the very earth itself rise up against us. It's not fair. I'm from Clan Driladan. Undead attacked our village weeks ago. We fled here and found this place just abandoned. No one here. It seemed perfect, so we settled in, and then these stone men, the Hollow, just burst from the ground and attacked. Yes, we're no strangers to battle, but these Hollow, they're unstoppable. Strike one down and another comes forth. Please, if you are as able as you look, Indana still fights to drive them back. She needs help, and fast. I wonder if you weren't sent by Ifre herself. I hope so. We can't let these Hollow drive us away. We have to hold this ground. We have nowhere else to go. To the north, Driladan Pass. Our clan has lived in that part of the Valenwood for longer than even our elders could remember. The Altmer came in and built Marbrook not long ago, but we stayed. Until the dead came. Hundreds of them. I don't know, and now that they're far behind us, I don't care. We've found a new home now. We must defend it or die trying.
Well met. If you're made of flesh and bone, I'm calling you a friend. These abominations, the Hollow, they've killed our Treefane and a dozen others. What in oblivion are they, and how do we get rid of them? Can you help us? I was afraid you'd say that. And all we know for sure is that the stony bastards are coming from the ground. I was thinking of trying to collapse their hulls, but I need someone to defend me while I do it. What you say? Are you up for it? We're going where the holes are. There are a few big ones they're coming from. Collapsing them may not stop the Hollow completely, but hopefully it'll at least slow them down. If not, well, at least we'll go down fighting. You lead the way. That should slow him down. Quickly, we should get to the clan hold fast.
can hardly believe it. I'm free!
Children of the forest, these grounds are forbidden to you. I warn you again. Leave now or suffer the consequences.
We'll defend our new home to the death. Come back here, you stony bastard!
Let us speak. I can explain what is happening here. Perhaps you can be more reasonable than this, Bosmer. These grounds are forbidden. Allowing them to settle here would threaten the health of the Valenwood. If they do not leave, we will purge them with the forest like a destructive rot. No. There is no alternative. These people must leave. Know that this is not our will. We would not harm anyone of our own accord. We would let them stay. But our directives are not self-determined. They were ingrained when we were created. I do not know. We were created by the Wilder King. Perhaps these were his directives, or perhaps they just come from the forest. Regardless, we are here to ensure no one settles in this area. That is our only purpose. I must emphasize to both you and these Bosmer that we did not desire this duty, nor did we take any joy in it. But we cannot act against our directives. The only way one might circumvent this is to destroy us, and that would be very difficult to do. Yes. It does not violate my directives to inform you that destroying me would effectively render all the hollow in this area harmless. I have no desire for self-preservation, but know that such an act would do irreversible harm to the Valenwood.
I've never met the Wilder King, but I'm sure he wouldn't have created a bunch of monsters to indiscriminately kill innocent Bosmer. Either way, my people have sacrificed enough already. We're staying here, even if that means we do so as corpses. Look, if you decide this stone abomination is right, and we shouldn't be allowed to stay here, I'll go back to the clan holdfast and we'll take a vote. I warn you, though, the Driladan are not a soft-skinned bunch. I think they'll choose to fight.
Go. Convince your people to leave. It is your only choice.
You shouldn't have done this. I guarantee the clan will want to fight. The clan voted to stay, and kill the one who betrayed us.
The loss of life is always tragic. But death is a critical part of nature's cycles. Some things must perish, so that others may thrive. Such is the case here. Though you may mourn for these Bosmer, know that you protected the Valenwood. I know, and I suspected that might be their decision. They are not the first clan to seek to settle in this place, and sadly, they will likely not be the last. Hopefully next time we might convince them to leave in peace. We have no purpose, so we will return to our vigil. Our directors render us dormant until circumstances again warrant action. I have no sentiment, but I do have memories, and I will remember you and what you have done here to protect the Valenwood.